quality player that can dismantle Okereke going forward. Nico, who was a Malian who got his debut, got the break. So I mean, they were really exposed. That means a lot of flaws in this team. Not really good at the middle of the park. Luke G3 at the back. They can't score goals. And I mean, how do you solve it? How do you solve this into the season? They've got a big work on them, and if they don't solve all these domestic problems, they might find themselves down the park and fighting relegation.
So that's it. We're talking about match day 6 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. You see, the fans are coming out to watch. They love the Nigeria Professional Football League.
Even when it is winning.
Yeah, we saw them out there. Even the game between Abia Warriors and Ifeanyi and Enugu Rangers, the fans came out. Even the game between Giwa FC and Sunshine Stars, the fans are coming out. So you need to come out to give support to the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's listen to some reactions that came out of the game between Ifeanyi Uba and Ikorodu United. When we'll come back, we'll talk some more. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
We played well. Only we didn't capitalize on our chances. Ifeanyi Uba came in and the lapses of defender, they took advantage of that and they got the 2 goals first half. And we came back second half strongly to wrap it up. Then the keeper on his own side gave his own out too.
It's a sweet victory. I mean, we have worked hard for it, and you can see quality football, and that's why we are bringing always free to invite media people to come to our home match, so you can assess what we are doing. It's quality football. We are improving because it's not just about winning the league, but also about sustaining the winning formula when you go continental. So we'll continue to build on what we have.
That's the chairman of Ifeanyi Uba FC, and of course you listen to Coach Benson. Let me come to you. It's still you need to stay confident. He's saying my team didn't just take their chances, and later on he said that Ifeanyi Uba, they were just lucky.
4 goals. Every team will play to be lucky to score 4 goals, Austin. I think the coach should just face reality. They don't have that quality, like Toby said. They don't have. I think that was why they didn't make their preseason so open, so that there won't be much criticism against them. But you see, in the top flight, you need quality. You need quality in the middle of the park, in the defense, and in the attack. So if you don't have that, there's no way you are going to get some points. When they went to Eyimba, they tried their best, but Eyimba scored, I think during the 9 minutes of the encounter. But this one, they just crumbled like the cookies. And it shows that they need a lot of work to do. If you are dropping points at home, at Onikon Stadium, and you are losing with such goal margin, then you have a lot of problems to solve. So for the coach, he has to begin to face reality, or they will start asking for for his sack.
Because some coaches have already lost their job even before match day 5. That's the stories now. Look at that. 6 games played. Newly promoted team MFM, they're on top of the table with 13 points. Enugu Rangers are second, and then Kano Pillars third. But look at that right there. Abia Warriors still unbeaten, but a lot of work to be done, particularly in terms of going forward, because as I said, Coach Kenneth Bebe is worried. Chisom Chikatara is out in June. He'll be going to Wydad, and then who steps up for them?
Yeah, and you really want to say, Chikatara has been a key factor in this team. He's got great goals for them. He's a massive player.
He stepped up to rescue points.
I don't see how they will replace Chikatara. I've not seen Shakin really step up. Mark Olia has come off the bench, scored some important goals, but I think they need to get that big figure that will cover for Chikatara, because it is just obvious if Chikatara leaves, they will miss him.
So that's it. Rivers United in 7th, Warri Wolves in 8th position. Haven't seen much from Akwa United. 4 games played. Wiki Tourists 5th on the table. Niger Tornadoes, Giwa FC 12th on the table. The season is still young, but we're talking about it because of what MFMs are doing at the moment. Well, someone say, look, what's Eyimba doing there? Well,
they've got just 3 games of standing. Yeah. What about a certain Nasarawa United still deep?
And they're not worried. They're not worried because they're believing they can do bigger things in the continent.
Oh, maybe on the continent doing bigger things, but in the domestic league also you need to do something very brilliant. I mean, they've lost their 3 games. They played this season not really good, really good. Austin.
I know for Sunshine Stars, what's going on?
Well, when they played MFM, unfortunately, one official of Sunshine was sitting right at my back, because I saw Henry Ayodele, the technical director, and Samson Onwale, 2 of them have been sacked, dishing out instructions at the same time.
Wow.
And I asked the official at my back, said, who is who is supposed to be in charge? And he told me the technical director. And I was laughing. How can the technical director, who doesn't, train the players, who is not with the players, he doesn't supervise training. So it was not surprising to me that they were sad, because I learned that they almost exchanged fisticuffs in the team's boss when they were leaving, because there was a particular substitution they wanted to make. The technical director had his own option, and the head coach wanted another player, to come in. So I think the club management should be held responsible. When you are going to, the hierarchy should be clearly defined. The head coach is in charge. Whatever happens, he takes the responsibility, he takes the blame, he takes the glory. So what they have done is to bring in a coach that was handling Sunshine Queens. Yeah. And how much of an information does he have about these players? He didn't recruit the players. So the coach can also say, it's not my fault if anything happens. 5 games, they don't have a win. Yep. In 5 games.
They've lost 3, they've drew 2. Not really good. Winless in 5 games. And just like you said, a coach that is head of the female team, not really good. We've also heard about Solomon Egbede in the media also, and you look about Solomon Egbede option. For me, I don't think it's really feel good. You check Solomon Egbede in his last 5 jobs, and you can't say this is what he has achieved. And I mean, if you're bringing him into a Sunshine Star team who hasn't won a major title since 1995, they have been founded, try to do something big last season, they dropped. And, I mean, they really want to do something big this season, but I'm not saying that happened. Solomon Egbede, the female coach, I don't think these guys really work for them. I was hoping they could have allowed Samson Nale to stay a bit on the job. I mean, just 3-4 games and you sacked him. That was too early. That was too early of the management. But the management, they had more view, away from Hoff. They saw a lot of things being wrong in Samson Nale, but Solomon Egbede should not be the best option. I think the Middle East disagree with me on social media. I said I should give.
But sadly, you're not part of the board of Sunshine Stars. But I mean, but what he says and tells the stories are so far internal wranglings and then administrative issues would definitely affect the performance on the field of play. Okay, let's leave the Nigeria Professional Football League now. Talk about the CAF Champions League. Look at that result right there. Enyimba Football Club of Aba. Elephant performance, I called it. 5. Vital of Burundi 1. But Warri Wolves, they couldn't step up they didn't turn up in that game against Al-Merrikh of Sudan. It ended 1-0. They lost at the Warri City Stadium. We talked about Enyimba and that result. Let's talk about Warri Wolves, guys. If you lose in Warri, it's going to be very difficult to win in Sudan.
Well, Austin, one thing we must realize is that the teams in Sudan, Al-Merrikh, Al-Hilal, these are traditional teams. In the past 5-10 years, they've been regular. At every point in time, they always meet with Nigerian teams. So for Warri Wolves, they didn't learn their lesson. They should have learned from what happened to Dolphins last season. When you sell some of your top players, especially the strikers, then you replace.
That's right.
By the time you are reading their body language that they want to leave, you start looking at options, planning. How can you allow 14 players, top quality? Toby and I, we are discussing before we came on there. Top quality players, Stanley Dingba, Bola Salami, these are players in the national teams. They left and the replacements were not up to quality. So it didn't come to me as a surprise. In fact, it was inevitable that this thing will happen. We just hope that they go to Sudan and bring some play with some measure of respect. But for me, I think it's the end of the road.
That's for you. I'll get back to you because Coach Peter Niketin says he's still optimistic. Let's listen to reactions after that, and we'll come back. We'll talk about Warri Wolves. Let's find a way out of all of this crisis for Warri Wolves. We'll be right back.
Not make use of our opportunities, our scoring chances. Or you'll find out that this is a new team. The team is just building up. We lost 16 players last year. That notwithstanding, it's not an excuse for the defeat. We had our own moments. We did not convert it. They only had a counter-attack, which we played carelessly, and they converted it. We're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to work. We see how it's still 50-50. If they can score here, we believe that we can also score there. It's a working process. We're going to do everything to overturn the result at the next leg.
We saw that if we are very fast in ball reclamation, we can punish them. That's what we did in first half. Normally in second half, you have again to do it a second time or third time. But also I congratulate all my boys who respected very well the tactics. We deserve the win, but okay, we can score 2 or 3 goals, but also I think Warri Wolves deserve perhaps to score 1 goal. I think that our win is justified. Yeah.